We are in a war. Our enemy are our friends and family still helping the system poison our children. My son was magnetic, had skin reactions and complained about his heart. I fought for him, his siblings and my town. It cost me everything. I fought for them not to die like the 20 million people who have already died from graphene. My friends and family cannot see that I am telling the truth because our country was paid to lie. My friends and family can start a new system that does not kill their own children with your help. Kelvyn and Hannah, exactly like me, you know everything in our children's lives is poisoning them. Our media is paid to kill our kids. Please help to save our kids, my family and my town. Kelvyn and Hannah, please go to Kūiti and educate our town so we can fight back, so we can be independent of this insanity. The system is designed to reduce all of our family trees to zero by 2100. Everything we know is a lie created by our oppressors and not our ancestors. The truth is, the only truth is we need land, oxygen and water to survive. New Zealand land, air and water rights were traded for a domestic bioweapon. You know graphene exists because Hannah is magnetic from graphene too. If you hoik a man loogie into a boiling hot fry pan, it will stain the metal because graphene has a metal base. We all have graphene in us, jabbed or not, magnetic or not. The system only rewards liars. Anyone telling the truth is censored, arrested or killed. The only way to save our family trees is to shut down the system and start again. You cannot beat the system from within the system. 250 years of being in the system has already proven that. You, your kids and your grandkids will all eventually be sterilized by graphene. Your mind and thoughts, your ability to think for yourself will be taken away by graphene nanotechnology. It is our job to get the people who poisoned our kids to create a new system. It only benefits the system by fighting it, exactly like Peru and Mauritania slaves, renamed Ngāti Maniapoto, and fighting against the English. That helped create the illusion we live in today. Keith Icahn traded everyone's land, air and water rights as collateral for the poison killing our kids right now. In New Zealand, we have more land and assets than Great Britain. We have no use or need for foreign investors who take everything and leave only poverty and poison. They spray us with aluminium to create the record temperatures and call it a climate problem. They spray us with sulfur dioxide to create the record rainfall and call it a climate problem. They sterilize our kids and call it a climate solution. They poison our tap water with synthetic chlorine and fluoride, making us too stupid to acknowledge the world we live in. Our supermarkets only sell cancer-causing plastic-based sugars, oils, fats and salts. Our food prices go up when the petrol prices go up because they are made from the same substance. They have created genetically engineered fruits and vegetables to make us sick. They have genetically engineered medical marijuana, ensuring there is no medicine available that will heal us. The pills doctors subscribe are cancer-causing plastic, exactly like the food in our supermarkets. The only way to fight back and win is to ignore the system and start our own. Our country was paid over $50 billion to kill us with graphene. Every politician, no matter what they say, supports this system. Kelvyn, Hannah is magnetic from graphene, not Sasha Perry. You are ignoring that truth to keep an illusion alive that you might change things by being a politician. Everything in the system is poisoning us to death. Graphene is now in everything, from the fictitious health products, Coca-Cola, bottled water, and the air we breathe. The graphene nanotechnology is making a lot of people magnetic. You have seen it with your own eyes, Kelvyn. Technology is in us already that will lead us to being 100% manipulated by a supercomputer that will see and hear everything we think. It will keep us passive and controlled as we watch the last of our family trees disappear. And you know that, Kelvyn and Hannah. We need land, air and water before anything else. Land to grow food, air to breathe and water to drink. We supply none of these to our children in New Zealand. We grew up in schools that told us we are free people with rights in New Zealand, and that is a massive lie. You and everyone everyone you have ever known is a slave with an owner. Slaves that date back to the man-made creation of letters. With letters came our fictitious gods, tools to control the masses. Nothing we know is factual because everything we know comes from our oppressors and not our ancestors. The only way to save us is to shut down the system and start again. A Nobel Science Prize winner told us no cancer can survive in a world full of real oxygen and water. Since then, they have purposely poisoned our air and water. Graphene repels oxygen and water. Because of this, graphene is extremely heat resistant. Graphene has created the mass increase in death and sickness in New Zealand, the massive increase of ambulances on the roads. The cough we hear, winter and summer, is caused by graphene. We now have 8 new cases of cancer patients a day in New Zealand because of graphene. Our doctors are paid heavily to put people on cancer-causing medicine and not oxygen and water. Our media does not do journalism. Our entertainment industry is rewarded for keeping us retarded, naive and blind to the world we live in. Our Māori trust boards do not even know how Māori got to New Zealand. Māori arrived in the South Pacific in the same way Irish did, on slave ships, like the one called Jesus, owned by the royal family. There is no other world or history, no matter how much our leaders are paid, to lie to us. Te Kitane said he would rather all tāne whānau die than lose money. Ara Adams and LAB said they would rather you die, New Zealand, than lose money. The Te Kanawa whānau said they would rather you and Lance die than tell the truth. Ngāti Maniapoto and Ngāti Rora said they would rather my kids die than tell the truth. My kids are related to all of them. You will die from graphene. Your family tree will end because of graphene. Your influencers do not get views by telling the truth. Instead of our leaders fighting for you, they are fighting each other for fame and money. We have asked everyone in your life to help save you, New Zealand. They were raised in our schools to only respond to money and ego trips. The doctors who told the truth have been sacked, sued and threatened with jail time. The musicians, media and entertainers who told you the truth have been censored. I was threatened to be shot by the New Zealand Armed Defenders for telling Te Kūiti the truth. We are asking you again, Kelvyn and Hannah, to tell the truth. Hannah is magnetic from graphene. Te Kūiti needs to hear that from you. In the real world, not the internet. Fighting Liz Gunn, Shubs and Matthew Tukake helps the system kill our kids. Liz Gunn and Sue Gray work for the investors. They let the investors know what to invest in. Graphene. They do not fight back. They guaranteed New Zealand hated the mother who did not want graphene in her child. Our mongrel mob and Black Power were paid to poison all gang-affiliated kids. Liz Gunn and Sue Gray let the doctors and Barry Young fight court cases without a lawyer because they do not work for us. They are paid to kill us. That is why they still have websites and views on their posts. Their words help the system. We have a community full of people who can shut down the system. A community that can finally start to give our children real land, air and water. Even if you won the election, you will help the system continue, Kelvyn. The Green Party started like the New Zealand Loyal Party. Now that Green Party, who started by promising legalisation of marijuana, helps the government poison medical marijuana. And they still arrest people for growing their own. Marama Davidson gave herself cancer from the poison she pushed into our kids. Now Marama wants our sympathy. The only way to beat the system is to shut it down. The only way to shut it down is to tell the truth. Hannah is magnetic from graphene. Graphene is going to kill us all. Graphene is going to make us slaves to a supercomputer until we all disappear. Te Kūiti shutdown is the only way to save our combined whakapapa and family trees. All cultures were given by our oppressors and not our ancestors. They poisoned all of us to slow release, sterilisation and death using graphene. That is the only truth. The lie of Māori versus Pākehā started in Te Kūiti. It can end in Te Kūiti. We want land, air and water, not coughing, sterilised kids. When can you and Hannah go to Te Kūiti, Kelvyn? There is a war going on in New Zealand that needs to be fought before anything else. Thank you for your time and patience with me. On behalf of my irreplaceable children that I love to the max, no matter how they feel about me. Te Kōrero shutdown.